welcome to the start of Pre Preseason. I am running up what is called the step, which is basically just the side of a mountain. So it's pretty steep. I think it's like 2.5 kilometers. So yes, it is quite warm. I think it's like 22 degrees, so I will be dying because that's rough. But anyway, yes, we shall see how we go. Not really too worried about time, I'm just going up. Yeah, we'll see how we are when we get there. Just to give reference, damn, that was a bit steep there now. And come up, it's kind of just like keeps going up, but it's really warm, nice views. Tough though. Okay, so not great. Didn't get to the top of the hill. Was feeling quite sick. I think I might be getting my period soon. Had some pretty bad cramps, so yeah, not feeling great about myself. But yeah, to be fair now, I was not expecting it to be that hard. I forgot how steep it was. And yeah, you know what, if we're looking at the bright side, it was pretty good for, I got a pretty decent amount of it done. Like, I wasn't that far away from the top. First time running after AIL final, which we won, woohoo. But yeah, quite disappointed with that now, but look, you have to start somewhere, so we shall give it another crack and see how we get on. I won't lie, I have thought about disregarding this like video thing and starting tomorrow as like day one of pre-season, but I think it's important that I suppose I show my failures. You know, like, I'm embarrassed that I didn't finish the run today. Like, it was extremely difficult in the heat and stuff, but it was something that I should definitely be able to accomplish. And like, unforeseen circumstances stopped me from doing that. Like, I think every sports person has, you know, experienced where they're doing conditioning or gym and they're gonna hit themselves if they don't stop and need to find a bathroom ASAP. So, you know, like, I think it's actually better if I just like be honest with myself and hold myself accountable. You know, and I think it's okay to fail. You know, like, I think the most important thing is that I tried it, but like, I'll go again and I'm not failing twice. So yeah, like, we'll see how we get on. Like, I think it's important that I don't disregard it, because I guess if I think about, say, like, a younger Katrina, like, watching this, I would want to know that even though I am failing, I'm trying, and that, you know, that it's okay to fail, but the important thing is that I go and I do it and I accomplish it. So yeah, that's my thinking. So I think I'm gonna leave it in. So this is officially day one of pre-season. See, yeah. I have gym to do today, and I think because I failed the run today, I'll do 100 burpees. I don't know, that just makes sense in my head. So gym is, what is it? A posterior chain. So it's like quite light. It's and then probably like box jumps and stuff like that. So I'll get into that more when I'm actually doing it. But yeah. So basically, to explain my schedule, sorry, a bit loud. With the women's Irish senior squad, we have the month of May, the first 2 weeks off completely, and then the second 2 weeks is kind of like pre-season. But I, however, have under 20s going on in between. So because basically I would normally be on or Munster NTS schedule at this stage. However, since I was involved in like all the Six Nations camps and stuff, that I'm still technically working off their schedule, so we have 2 weeks completely off. But I obviously, again, I'm different because I have 20s, and then I don't really think I need 2 weeks off. Like, I just need to be smart with my training, because obviously I need to be on a bit of a download that I am recovering, because it's gone from like last summer where we had like under 18 sevens where we were in France, straight into Interpros, and then straight into WXV, and then straight into Celtic Challenge and Club, and then straight into the Six Nations. So I haven't had a huge amount of time off, so just need to be smart with it, that yes, I want to be getting better, but I also don't want to end up in a worse situation, because if I overtrain now in the next 2 weeks, that will have consequences, maybe not in the next month, but then like in the next 2 months I'll be just dead and no energy and stuff. So just gotta be smart. And then obviously not all of them go to plan. Like not getting up the hill today, so then I'm adding in the burpees, so then obviously that's a little bit different. And then like there's random things that will happen, like on a random day that I might not be able to do something. So like I just work around it. Like it's not the end of the world if I have to kind of change around things. So yeah. So I'm just kind of explaining that because I was always really interested in like people's schedules and stuff, and what people were doing for training and things like that when I was younger. So I'm doing it now. I kind of just plan out the like schedules myself and like kind of rough ideas of what I want to do. And then just to say like my kind of what I want to, like my goals during like the kind of the month of May is basically getting a lot fitter. Like I'm relatively fit, but like I never want to have to think about my fitness. I want to just be able to run around the field as much as I want. And then also the fitter I am, like the better I'll be able to think under pressure when I'm tired and stuff. And then a lot of it is just kind of a bit of injury proofing, because obviously want to prevent that. And then a lot of like mobility, just say like I have very tight hips, so that's a huge one that I want to get on top of. Very tight shoulders, like I want to try fix my posture a bit because I'm quite slouched. And then things like core, where I want to get really strong core, because mine's quite weak. So yeah, so it's kind of, yeah, like that. Want to get better at my conditioning, endurance, injury proofing, and mobility. That's pretty much it to sum it up. And obviously I'll want to get stronger, but that's just incorporated in everything, so see how it goes. 100 burpees done, so gonna start my workout now. That was pretty hard, but yeah, so to be honest, I've never really done some of these exercises before, so if I look like an idiot, what you gonna do? So yeah, we'll give them a go. I think the hard part is over. I'm gonna practice doing an L sit though later, and I find that really hard because I'm quite weak in my hip flexors, so that's probably gonna be a struggle, but I think everything else should be pretty okay. This is called a Jefferson curl, I want to say. So let's attempt it. Yeah, so these are kind of the more injury proofing kind of exercises that like you really need to build them up light, and then you can start going heavier the better you get at them. But wouldn't recommend going heavy because you're just gonna pull a muscle in your back. Been there, done that. So be smart. But yeah, I quite like that exercise actually. It's more difficult than I thought it would be, so it's nice. Next thing is good morning. I'm probably gonna be really bad at it, but gotta start somewhere. So we shall see how we go. Oh, you missed out. This is very, I keep forgetting the name of it. Posterior chain, sorry, yes, that's what I'm doing. So it's very like, I'm not qualified to be talking about that. I know, very like, kind of spine kind of vibes. You know, strengthening up all the muscles along there, like along your spine, and then kind of just like your trunk, you know, if that makes sense. I don't know if it is. Google is probably better to be asking than me. I just know that it's good for you, and I know what to do, and kind of how to do it. But yes, so quite like that one. I really feel it in my glute as well, glutes, which I didn't think I would. So that's interesting. Obviously really feeling it in like lower back, a little bit in upper back, kind of like mid, kind of T-spine, but not too much, so we'll stay going. Next set. I'm just going to doing 3 sets of 10 for each one. You know, kind of getting to a bit of fatigue, but not going over it. So, and to be honest, I don't know how many, like this is just me kind of going off feeling. So, just, I'm not an expert in it, as you can probably tell. But it's fun, so. Okay, so this is the one I'm quite bad at, the L-sit thing. Actually, I can't do it at all. So hopefully progressing it, maybe not today, but maybe by the end of May I might be able to do a little bit of an L-sit, so we'll see. So like, I actually don't even know how to, I'm gonna start, I can't really see. I'm gonna start by kind of just like, that might be a bit better. So basically, it's being in the position, kind of leaning on my arms and like lifting my legs up, because I find that difficult already. So we'll do a couple of sets of those, maybe some hanging leg raises, and And yeah, I'm not going to push it too much because I'm coming back from a little bit of hip injury. So I just don't want to irritate that and bring it back again. So, yes. And then I'll do the other leg. And get back to you when I'm doing the leg raises. So the last thing I am doing is a thing called an ATG split squat. So basically, if anyone knows the knees over toes guy, you'll know what this is. So basically, it's like a regular split squat, except you go down in, you know, knees over toes. And this is just like an easier version, like you can do this on the floor, but again, just from knowing myself, I want to build myself up before I go down to the floor. So I'll just do like 10 on each side, 2 or 3 sets. Actually, I know I said that was going to be my last exercise, but I'm going to do one more. It's really good for your knees, so I'm going to do that. My legs are fairly tired now after, like, did end up running around 2.5k, like just all uphill. Or well, a little less than that, but because I was actually wrong, the run is a bit longer. It was only 2.5 to the car park, but there's more after that. So anyway, so I ended up running around a good amount, all uphill, so obviously that's not easy on the legs. And the burpees were killer, and then that was focused a bit on the old legs as well, so that's good. I'm gonna do a bit of stretching now. Then I think I'm gonna go jump into the lake for a bit of recovery, because it's still probably gonna be already cold, so be a bit of an ice bath. Yeah, we'll see how that goes. And then I can't wait to shower. It's gonna be so nice. Lake was pretty cold. I didn't video jumping in just because there's people down there, and I don't know, thought it would be a bit weird, but walking back to the car now. It was class though. I actually had a nice little swim around, but it's still very, very cold. So I'm starving now, so excited to have food. Yeah, it's a good crack. Slightly regret jumping in fully clothed now that I'm back in the car, because my towel is not big enough to cover the whole seat, but what a lovely day. I saw a woman over there having a picnic. Amazing. Go her. Yeah, it's class. Like when I was driving down, it said the car was 33 degrees, which is insane. It was boiling. But yeah, so class. So got back from swimming. Then I laid out in the sun because class day. And I need to fix a couple of tan lines because rugby gives you some really bad tan lines. I always get such bad sock tan lines. So wear the high socks. Anyway, did that. Had some food. Just chilled. And now I'm going doing some, you can't see. I'm just doing some stretching and mobility and foam rolling. So I'm gonna do that. Because I can already feel my legs being quite tight. But yeah, gonna do that now. Probably watch something while I'm doing it because it can be a bit boring and also takes my mind off the pain of how unflexible I am. So we'll give it a go. Schedule tomorrow is mobility and that kind of jazz in the morning, then running up the hill. Oh, I had to delete a video because a woman was cursing in the background. Schedule tomorrow is mobility and like foam rolling and kind of just movement flow in the morning. Then the hill, gonna get that one tomorrow. I think I'll check how hot it's gonna be tomorrow, but I think I'm gonna try go quite early to avoid the heat as much as I can. What else? I can't remember, is tomorrow lowers or uppers? I have a feeling it's lowers, which is gonna be quite hard. But something cool I'm doing, I'm not 100% sure what, like I'm doing a CrossFit kind of class, I guess, with my dad and his friends and stuff, because dad's always complaining about how tired he is after it and I keep calling him weak, so I have to go show him up, hopefully. So I'm doing that on Saturday, and also what's going to be very fun is I'm going up meeting one of my friends in Dublin, and then we're going to the Leinster match, which is boo Leinster. However, they are playing Northampton and I can appreciate Leinster are like, they're an okay team. So most excited to, I actually haven't thought about it, but I suppose to see Jordy Barrett play, but most excited to see Northampton play because they're probably one of my favourite teams at the moment. I just really enjoy the rugby they're playing. So that's going to be class. Really looking forward to that. Yes. Also hoping to do a bit of kicking. Maybe I was gonna say Saturday, but I don't know if I'd have time, but maybe Saturday. Okay, I'll definitely be going Sunday anyway, I think. I've been keeping that to a very minimum, just with my hip, because like even before, like I was actually quite worried about it because I hadn't been kicking for like 2 weeks before the AIL final, and I had a kick in the semi-final that I should have scored, like so scoreable for me, and it was not a great kick, and it was purely because I hadn't, well, it wasn't a great strike or anything, but like it was purely because I hadn't been able to practice it. So then coming up to the final, like I was quite worried about it, but then I am quite confident in my process around my kick. So then like something that I'm trying to work on is like visualization. So it was like perfect opportunity to try that out. So just practice like visualizing my kick and pretending I'm going through the routine. So then on Saturday, the day before the match, I went out just to Nina, to our rugby pitch, and practiced like very low intensity because like I'm still feeling it in my hip. And then on Sunday, obviously had the final in Aviva. Oh, Aviva is such a nice pitch. It's class. My kicks were actually pretty good. Like I was scoring probably maybe 35 to 37 meters out, like at a bit of an angle. So that was pretty cool. Always cool to score kicks in a Viva. Didn't have to use it in the match though. So it was actually quite funny. On the bus up, I had told our scrum halves, you know, like just in case, be ready for a drop goal, and like we'd come up with a name for it, just in case it happened. And then I remember, like, it was probably, I think it was the 81st or 82nd minute, we had gotten a penalty on their 5 meter line, and me and Kate looked at each other and I was like, geez, it could be time for a drop goal. So that was pretty funny. Don't know how I got to that story, but that was pretty funny. Which is another great thing with bows, is that it really is just fun rugby. So I'd highly recommend joining a rugby team, even if you think you're too old, or like you've no idea any of the rules. Like, don't worry about it, because like there's so many rules in rugby, like a lot of people don't know all of them anyway, and you pick up the basic ones pretty quickly. And it's such a fun sport. Like you really become a part of a family, and like it's class. Like all of my best friends I've met through rugby. Like some really, really great people. Like, it's class. So I highly recommend it. It's for all ages, for everybody. And actually that is one thing I would say, like, just rugby is such a welcoming community. Well, like, especially the women are anyway. Like they're so like open, just willing to ensure people are comfortable in the environment, that if they're not too sure of things, help them out a little bit. From my experience anyway, like through like a couple of teams or just chatting with some of my friends. So it's class. Like sometimes I forget how lucky I am. Like I get to like play and train and go traveling the country and to different countries. Sorry, my phone went up 20% there. Like with rugby. So it's pretty class. Also, yes, I am just babbling because I'm bored waiting for my brother. But give rugby a try. Or any sport, actually. Like, preferably rugby, because it'd be great to grow the numbers of rugby. So even if you know any young girls, any friends of friends, nieces, you know, like cousins or whatever, try to get them into rugby because it's really fun. Yes. That is where I am at, yes. But yeah, like even any sport, just like do something, because it's such a game changer for mental health. Actually, like, I suppose I would say sport just because that's, I suppose, all I know really. But, you know, even if like just a hobby that you're really interested in would be great. You know, like, just have something that your days don't always feel the same. You know, you're going out, you're meeting new people, making new friends, new experiences. And sport is just a bonus if that is the hobby that you choose, because you know, like, you're being active is great for your body, great for your brain, your mental health. Also just being out in fresh air, or just, again, active. So that is my words of wisdom. It is 7 minutes past 10. I was hoping to be in bed before 10, but my brother took his time, so I'm going to try start having more protein before I go to bed, because usually if I'm hungry I'd have like a snack where I'm having like potato waffles with a bit of cheese on them, which I suppose cheese is protein, but like not the same. So that's successful today. Also trying to go to bed earlier and more consistently, because I will not lie, I do not normally, like, it'd be ideal to be asleep, or well, like, go to sleep by 10:30. Because I won't lie, I do not consistently go to bed at 10:30. To be fair, it's not that late. It's actually kind of between 10:30 and 11:30, but I just want to get more consistent at it. So I'll like get ready for bed, brush my teeth, and read my book a little bit. I actually remembered that I have an appointment in the morning at 9:30, so I have to think, do I get up early and do the run before the appointment or go after it? So that's what I'm gonna decide, and I'll let you know in the morning. Yeah, for now, good night, sleep well. I hope I do, even though my room is sorry. I'll try learn how to edit and take that out. My room is a sauna, even with the window open. It's like an attic room. It's really warm here. Anyway, I'm gonna finish my protein milk and go to bed. Good night.